Hookah Cafe Simulator is a new game from Cheesecake Dev and developed by a company called Rubbish Game. So far I think it's not a bad game, I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm going to go over the details of the game and tell you what it's all about. So let's talk about it. Hookah Cafe Simulator is a game that puts you into a position where you run a hookah cafe. The game starts with you in your property. You have to travel just around the corner to your cafe and open it up. You have to clean up your property and get it ready to open up your business. On the surface, the game seems like it's just about hookah and basically getting people involved and coming in order to actually use it, but it's a lot more in depth than that. As you progress through the game, you'll start to be able to add new things to your property, like a grill, and getting the ingredients to be able to make burgers and things. You can get coffee machines in order to make coffee, and several other different things like ice cream makers and things, so that you can make different things and offer your clientele a different range of things to do within your shop. You begin the game having to get the hookah device, put it onto a table, add in the flavouring and the coals, and then taking it to a tray where you can then take it to a table and serve your customers. You also have to turn on hot coals and keep them hot and take them to the table shortly after you serve them. The trays are used as a way to serve people, so if you want to serve them coffee as well, you have to put the hookah and the coffee onto that tray, then deliver it to the table. Once the customers have finished and they get up, they'll leave the store, you'll go to the table and collect your money, clean up the table, grab the hookah, take it back over to your table to prepare it again, and then go onto your computer to accept the next customer. Some customers at the start of the game will not pay you and will just walk out. Later on, you have the ability to get things like security cameras and bouncers in order to essentially stop people walking out without paying. You can also then hire on staff, which are essentially robots for the most part. These robots can be put in place to serve customers, wait tables, clean tables, and everything that you could think of when it comes to running your business. Though they do come in tiers, there's a tier 1, 2 and 3 of each of them, which give the ability to start off with a lower tier one that may not do everything you need it to do and later on upgrade. What this means is that the robots that are serving tables will just serve customers, but they won't do anything more than that. I think they might collect money as well, but you'll still have to clean the table and get the things back for the next customers. You can upgrade as you go through the game, so you can upgrade things and add new tables to your store, which will give you the ability to serve more customers at a time. All orders are taken through the online system, which is a computer within the store. You have to assign the customers to the table, put on the order what they want, and then accept it so they can sit down. You also have access to an online ordering system, which allows you, more specifically when you get robots running a lot of the store for you, to take deliveries directly to people's properties in order to make a bit more money on the side. This will mean you can go out and get on your bike, put it on the delivery on a trailer on the back, and then ride your bike off in order to deliver it. Or you can go on foot. Some of the deliveries will have a delivery driver come to your store in order to collect the delivery and take it for you. These are the ones that I've focused on the most because they're easier to package up and get out. But generally speaking, you have a lot of different options when it comes to doing things. Later on through the game, you'll get the ability to then get things like tobacco and flavorings and actually brew your own tobacco in order to use in the hookah. You have shelving next to the area where you start off, where you can store things as well, which makes it easier to keep things tidy. And as you progress through the game, as I said before, you can start adding things like burgers and grills and things, and even hire a chef to start cooking that stuff for you. The chef can prepare the hookah and also cook things, and they are a human. They'll be the only human staff member you can actually bring on, apart from a weird dancery looking dude that you can bring in for entertainment, I suppose. The area is quite small, though there are a few things you can do. There's coffee shops nearby where you can travel to in order to get your energy up so you don't have to sleep. You also have the ability to go to a cafe over the road, which costs a little bit more but also can increase your energy. There are various little mini games around that allow you to do things, including a repair shop where you can go and repair your property. That's not a mini game. You have a football area where you can choose which side to kick the ball in order to get money from it, and it's kind of a chance thing. There's also a 3-card Monty person on the side where you can go to in order to bet your money on finding where the queen is. And there is another one, but I can't remember what it is. Generally speaking, you can travel around the different parts of the neighborhood. It's a very small area, but you can do these things in your spare time, especially when you have staff that actually prepares things and serves customers for you. The only downfall that I really see with this game, apart from like the repetition on how it can be at the very start, it's very slow to get into and start off. But the only really negative thing that I can see is that everything has durability. What this means is that everything that you either have to replace it every now and again when it gets damaged, and some things get damaged daily for no reason, even if they're not being used, or you have to put all of that stuff onto the back of your bike on the trailer, go around to the repair shop, and then pay to repair the stuff. This is cheaper to do than buying new things, but also takes up a lot more of your time rather than just delivering new things that get delivered outside of your store in a box. And I find that durability goes down way too fast, and I think there's something that they need to work on to potentially fix the issue here. For example, the chairs I had in my property, I replaced some new chairs, and within 4 days they were so bad and, well, essentially when you click on them when they turn red, they just explode into pieces. So after 4 days of actually having the chairs, they fell apart, which in my experience in life, and I don't know what yours is like, but chairs don't just fall apart after 4 days of sitting on them, or at least not any that I've ever bought. If that has happened to you though, then please let me know in the comments, because I'd be interested to know what kind of chairs you've been buying. It does present at the start of the game and says that the more expensive things have more durability, which is fair enough. At the place that I am in the game at the moment, I don't have access to any other types of chairs or anything, so it's lost on me as to how more expensive things have more durability when they're not actually available. Though I can't speak for the fact that there may be better things later on, and obviously they could update the game and add new sorts of things, furniture and other things into it to improve it. I have played a lot of simulator games like this before. I do find them kind of a little bit fun for like some time wasty sort of games, and I like the ability to run a business and upgrade it over time to make it better as you go. The developers of the game are Rubbish Game, though the publishers are Cheesecake Dev, who I have heard of. I have played previous games of theirs like Stream Life Simulator and Internet Cafe Simulator and Internet Cafe Simulator 2. Which are good games, but of course, like any games, eventually it starts to wear thin and slow down as you progress towards the end of the game, as there's not really any kind of end game and it just continues on. My personal opinion is that this game is definitely worth giving a go. It is a fun, interesting game to play. It does give you things to do, and there are a lot more than just a hookah cafe. Like I said, there's things like being able to cook and things that kind of just add to the gameplay and give you more to do. I would say that I would recommend this game for people that enjoy these types of games, especially if you played games like Internet Cafe Simulator 2 in the past. Though I would say it's definitely a good idea to pick up and sell. At the moment, if you're watching this video right now, it's on a 20% off, so for England it's about £3 something, which is not too bad for a game like this. Otherwise, like I say, if you enjoy games like this, then definitely give it a go. But, you know, if this sort of thing's not your kind of game, or if you've never tried these sort of games, this could be a good starting point. But I would recommend that if you want to get a good game for a good starting point, try Internet Cafe Simulator 2 instead, because it is a much more fleshed out game. But give me your opinion down below, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm greenlycan, thank you for watching, subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next video.